Hello students, welcome. If you want to learn how to truly master rhythm, you need to be aware of 8 common rhythm patterns that you're going to see in your music all the time. Well, your piano teacher Tim here has you covered, and this is a live lesson. It's going to be a little bit longer of an experience. I'm going to be interacting with the chat along the way, answering some important questions that I've got. So with that said, let's just get started right with the rhythm, and then I'll answer some questions. Okay, there we are. Okay, we're starting from easy, and then we're getting a little bit more complicated. Welcome everybody who is in attendance, by the way. Your piano teacher, Tim, here. Okay, we're starting from the easy stuff. And as you probably know how to count quarter notes, at least hopefully, they're just counted as 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm charting out my beats here, they're just going to be charted out like this. And whenever you're counting, this is something a lot of students don't do, is you always want to be counting 1 through 4, or whatever's in your time signature, right? So if it's a 3, you're counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You got to keep that as consistent as possible because it will trip you up if you don't do that. But we are in 4/4, at least for today. We'll explore some other time signatures here in a minute. But let's continue. So very important. So we haven't even begun the rhythm patterns yet. That was just quarter notes. I have to explain subdivision because literally all the other rhythm patterns are based off of subdivision. So let's take a look here. So we still have our 4 beats like before. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we have to account for the other half of each of the beats. And it's done like this with the term and. And it looks like a plus sign. Now, the thing to keep in mind is if you're going from quarter notes to eighth notes, you want to keep the counting consistent, and you do that by consistently subdividing even when you have quarter notes. So when I'm playing these, I'm actually going to be playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And by doing that, I was able to maintain a consistent tempo from the quarter notes into the eighth notes. All right, let me know if you can't hear me or anything, or you can't see me. It looks like everything's working. So let's just continue on with the next one. So here's our first real pattern. And by the way, I want to mention we're doing rhythmic dictation at the end. So if you know all this stuff, stick around. But anyway, a lot of people struggle, a lot of students will struggle with that quarter note and then an eighth note right after. They tend to hold the dotted quarter note, they tend to hold the dotted quarter note longer than they should. And we actually already have a technique we can use to make sure that we're counting this correctly. So I always like to chart out our beats first. So obviously beat 1 is going to hit right there. And then the question is, how many beats in a dotted quarter note? Well, it's 1.5, right? Because you have the quarter note worth 1. The dot adds half of the value to itself, equaling 1.5. So how do we count that? Well, we do that by subdividing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember now that the number and the syllable each represent half of a beat. So the real question I have for you is how many halves in 1.5? And the answer is actually 3. So this dotted quarter note is going to take up 1 and 2, but not the and of 2. You're going to come off of 2 because that's when your next eighth note's going to hit. So this is going to hit 1 and 2, and that's going to hit on and 3 and 4 and. Now, why did I continue subdividing through those quarter notes? To maintain consistency, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let us continue here. Any questions so far? Let me know. But I did grab a bunch of questions from the recent videos I did, so I know we'll have a lot of questions to go through. Some of them tricky, so you want to stick around. So here we have a rhythm that I actually really haven't covered a lot on a lot of the other rhythm lessons yet, and that is this simple syncopation rhythm, where you have eighth note first, quarter, 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 eighth. It looks very strange, right? And this is what we call syncopation, because we are actually shifting the beats over. Normally, our stuff hits on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4, but now our quarter notes are actually being hit on the and. So there's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's going to sound like this. And by the way, I always like to underline how many beats each of the notes takes up. That's what the underlines are about. So here we go. It's actually going to be counted like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So whenever you have your music, right, and you're hearing, you know that you don't have syncopated rhythms. But if you hear something like this, ba 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 ba, and you hear a lot of notes on the off beats, we call them the ands, then you probably have some kind of syncopated rhythm. It's actually pretty easy to hear it, at least once you get used to it. Good morning, everybody. Bernadine's here. What up, Bernadine? Terry, welcome, welcome. Let's continue here. We got lots more to cover. How's everybody doing? By the way, as I'm explaining this, if you're in the chat, let me know how long have you been learning piano for? Or like what instrument do you play? I would love to know. You probably play piano. All right, so we have 16th notes here. We have to subdivide even further to get these right. So we still have our beats 1, 2, 3, 4. Always like to chart out the main ones. And how do I know that those are beats 1, 2, 3, and 4? Well, this little secret. You see how these are all beamed together? 99% of the time, and I know somebody's going to let me know in the comments the 1% of the time it's not true, but 99% of the time, when notes are beamed together, they equal one beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It actually makes it way, way, way easier. Okay, now I want to write in the ands, the other half of the beat, like we had before. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Let me just adjust this mic real quick, guys. There we go. So now we have the other half of the beat, but we now have to cut each of those into half, and we do it like this. So the first one's going to be counted 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and and as smooth and as consistent as possible. So 1 E and 2 E and E and 4 E and just like that. Now, one thing I want to mention before we continue, say you have 16th notes, followed by quarter notes, followed by eighth notes, followed by 16th notes. The question is, do you subdivide by eighth notes, the 1 and 2 and 3 and, or do you sub by 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a? And I would say this, here's the rule. If there are 16th notes anywhere in the piece, anywhere, even if it's just like at the very end, subdivide the whole thing in 16th notes. It might be a good idea to just do that anyway, even if you just have eighth notes. But if you don't have any 16th notes in the entire piece or whatever it is, then you can probably get away with just subdividing into eighth notes. But the rule of thumb is just get used to subdividing in 16th notes, and that's probably the best way to do it. All right, let's continue here. So this is where this subdivision is really going to come into play. First of all, I'm going to chart out my 4 beats. Let me get this perfect here. Question for you. Where are my 4 beats at? Got beat 1, 2, well, let me circle them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I knew that because they are beamed together. Now, we have to figure out how to subdivide this, and it looks a little bit iffy, but not really. Keep in mind that when you only have one flag here, see how that's a double? Those are 16th notes, this one. This one is only an eighth note, which is equal to 2 16th notes. So this first eighth note is actually going to take up 1 E, and then 2 E, and then I just want to do a quick reminder that at the end we're going to do a rhythmic dictation. So like I said, if you know this stuff already, and this is just a review for you, we do have some interesting stuff coming up. So, so here is how you will count this rhythm. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and And I always like to internalize these rhythms. Bum, 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 bum. in addition to being able to count them, because rhythm is a lot about like internalizing the beat, the rhythm, because you're not always going to be able to count in your head 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a, it's just going to be too much. So you also want to learn how to bump, ba, ba, ba. See, that was the syncopated rhythm, and I just knew that because I have that internalized in my head. So do it both ways, both the analytical way, writing it out, and then also feeling that beat. Let's continue. We only have a few more of these 8 basic ones, but and then I'm going to give you actually some resources here on how to learn more. So this is the opposite, right? Where are 4 beats? It's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 16ths, and that's an 1/8, right? Judging by how many flags on each one. So 1E, right? 1E and 2E and I like to do the underlines there. 3E and oops. And then 4E and So it's actually the opposite of the last one. Remember the one was bum, 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 bum. This one is bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and just like that. All right. Now, we are getting close, guys. We only have like 3 more of these ones. This one I want to go over. This one does get people a lot. It's a lot less confusing than it is. Where are 4 beats? Well, they're where the flags are, you know, when they're grouped together like that. So that's pretty easy. Now, where are the 16th notes and where are the 8th notes? It might look a little weird, but the 16th notes are actually on the end and the 8th note's in the middle. So how do we do that? Well, remember, that's just a 16th note. They're just going to take up 1. And then this is going to take up E and that's going to take up and then that'll be 2E and 3E and 4E and Now, to internalize this one, it's bump, ba, bump. The other one was bump, bump, ba, bump, bump, ba, or ba, bump, bump. This one is bump, ba, ba. So as long, you know what? I always like to think about it like this. This will make it way easier. Now, what's with the LSL? It stands for, oops, I got it backwards. Hold on. SLS. And you're like, what is, there it is. You're like, what is SLS? Short, long, short, short, long, short. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and long, short, short, long, short. And that's how you can internalize the beats, by thinking of them in terms of short and long compared to the other ones they're grouped with. It's a technique that I actually recommend you start using, even though I haven't talked about it a lot. Maybe I should incorporate this into another lesson. Short, long, short. Or 16th notes, short, 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 short. Something like that. Let us continue onto triplets, because this might be easy for you, but I'm willing to bet that this is going to trip you up, because it trips up a lot of people. And I do have a nice tip on how to master that. So anyway, triplets. Where are 4 beats? You better have this right by now. It's the groupings of each group of 3, right? Okay, so there are 4 beats, and now it's a little bit different. We've been dividing each beat into 2s before. This is dividing each beat into 3. So instead of 1 and 2, and it's 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So 1, and then I like to do triplet. Some people have a different way of doing it. It's fine. 1 triplet, and this would be triplet, triplet, triplet. I just don't feel like writing them all out, and my handwriting's too sloppy too. So it's gonna be 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Now that's easy, right? But what if you have triplets back into duplets, back into triplets, back into duplets, right? It's a little bit harder to get the hang of. So we need to figure out what we're going to do. So let's chart out our 4 beats. If you don't know how to do that yet, you better watch this lesson a few times. And you know, this is going to be 1. Let's even mark this out. Triplet, 2 and 3 triplet. Yeah, I guess I'll write it out this time. Triplet, 4 and. Now a lot of people will struggle because they'll go like 1 triplet, 2 and 3 triplet, 4 and it's hard to be like, all right, where am I with the beats? Well, we have a special, where is it? I need to find it first. Hold on, guys. Where did I put that thing? We have a special thing that keeps the beat. It's called the metronome. Metronome, where are you? Oh man, what the heck? Guys. Metronome, why'd you leave me? Guys, I seriously have zero idea where my metronome's at. That's not good. Maybe I can find one online. Where the heck? Bruh. I can't believe I don't I don't take it out of this room, although I probably did. Let me stand up for a sec. Try to find this thing. This is so embarrassing. Where is this thing? Anyway, that's unexpected. I can always find it. One of you is going to be like, oh, it's on the... I know that there's one behind me right here, but I'm looking for the digital one, so I don't know. Anyway, you can use the metronome to your advantage. I'm going to do it myself because I don't have it. The metronome will keep a steady beat for you. It'll go like beep, click, 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 beep, click, 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 beep, click. Let me slow it down a little bit. Beep, click, 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 beep, click, click, click. And each of those is your beat, right? So what you want to do is you want to sync up the triplets and duplets to the metronome. So when it hits on the beat 1, that's where the triplet is. 1 triplet, 2 and 3 triplet, 4 and those were the metronome clicks. 1 triplet, 2 and 3 triplet, 4 and 1 triplet, 2 and 3 triplet, 4 and. There we did it. We did it without the metronome. Just replace the claps with the metronome. Where is it? It's seriously bugging me out because I never take it out of this room. Somebody has snuck into my office and taken my metronome, and I'm willing to bet it's you, Terry. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's continue, guys. There's always something that goes wrong. Dude, I don't know. I don't know where it's at. Anywho, I'll tell you what. Let's see if there's any questions in the chat. I don't think there are yet. Good morning from Las Vegas. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for the lesson. You're welcome. Okay, let's move on to some questions that I have. Luckily, I have prepared some. And these are common questions that I've been getting throughout my newest videos that I've been putting out. So let's take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. Okay, first question is from Jeff, who actually left this question in this the chat of this live stream before we started. He says, hi, I'm 71 years of age and just started to learn piano. Love your classes. Thank you. You explain it also patiently and clearly. Thank you. At least I'm patient somewhere in life. Thank you. Can you suggest a music training book for beginners? Yes, this is a great question. So give me a sec, guys. I got to get up and grab this book. Okay, so there we go. Let's grab this book. This is probably the ultimate place I would start as a beginner. I also have some playlists here on the YouTube channel that you can check out. Just browse my playlists and you'll find a beginner's course you can start with. I also have some courses over on my website, Piano Lessons on the Web. But he asked for a book, and this is the book that I recommend you get. Adult All-in-One Piano Course for Adults. Start with this one. This book will take you very far, actually. And I'm going to be honest with you, I did a video recently about like how long it'll take you to learn piano. I should have brought this comment up. And somebody said, because I said, oh, you can get through this book in maybe like 3 months, right? I might have said 1 to 3 months. And I have had students, actually quite a few students, get through it in 3 months. I had so many of the comments that was like, no, dude, it takes way longer than 3 months. Like, you're misleading people or something. I didn't. Like, it's seriously, in my experience, that's how long it takes. Now, yes, well, I think the point they were making is, oh, you want to master every song. And that is true. You want to get them as close to perfect as possible. But there's a lot of pages in this that it's just like, it's just a practice page. You know, you're not going to be spending weeks and weeks on this. You're just going to fly through it. And half of the pages in the book are like this. So I think it's totally reasonable. So and now, I do want to say, well, can it take you longer than 3 months to get through this book? Yeah. It can take up to a year or longer. I've had students be on this book. It depends on the age, who you are, really. And also how long you skip piano lessons. Because if you skip on me every week, we're not going to get through it. But anyway, start with this. It starts with the very basic stuff, like how to put your hand on the keyboard. And then by the end, you are playing stuff like Chattanooga Choo Choo. Everybody loves that one. And no, there's actually better ones. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Laura, nobody remembers that one. Singing in the Rain. Ba ba da da ba da. That's the only time you'll ever hear me sing. Over the Rainbow, we got. See, I'll prove it. It's right there. Anyway, let's continue here with some questions. Can you use the one on the piano? Not sure what you mean by that, Bernadine. Do you mean the book on the piano? Not sure. Just clarify for me. Let's continue here and see what we got. This is a great question. Okay, next question. How would you recommend learning a piece from the beginning with a metronome? Oh my goodness, I don't have the metronome here with me. Should I learn? Okay, this is actually a good question. So should I learn a bar with the metronome first before moving on, or should I learn the piece first and then use the metronome to get my tempo right? So I did answer this one, but I definitely wanted to cover it right now because I want everybody to know this. You want to learn the piece first, right? Because getting adapted to the metronome is a learning experience all on its own, and you're very likely not going to be able to handle the metronome and learning new pieces and learning new notes and like new rhythms and stuff. You're not going to be able to handle that all at once, okay? It's not that I don't believe in you. It's just that you want to make things simple for yourself. So I would definitely learn the piece first. All right, next question. I need 16th note tie, 8th note explain. Okay. I think what you're asking is 16th note tied to an 8th note. So let me get my thing back here. Oh, all I do is 16th note tied to an 8th note, huh? So let me show you how this will work if I do understand your question correctly. So say you have a 16th note. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Bruh. What the heck, man? Bruh. All right, anyway, let's do it this way. 16th note, 8th note. There we go. 16th note tied to an 8th note. Right, 1 and 2. Right, and then say we have another, like something after this. Okay, so the question is, how do you count this? It looks a little bit weird, right? And I always do this by using a concept called attack points, which is planning your point of attack, right? So we have our beat 1 right here. At least I hope this is what you were asking. Oh my God. All right, sorry. All right, so here's beat 1. And then and 2, right? So that's, remember, that's a 16th note. 1 and 2. And that would actually come in on the and. That would hit and 3 right there. No. Sorry. We are subdividing by 16th notes. Forget everything I said. So this is actually still beat 1. And then this is actually E and. That's what I meant. And this actually hits on, let's see, there's another 16th here. That would hit on to make things nice and easy. So what I like to do is I like to chart out my point of attack. I'm hitting beat 1, and then I'm attacking, or I'm actually holding over. Sorry, this is a tie. And my attack point is actually going to be the 16th note here. So I'm really thinking 1, E, and I'm attacking on that beat. So I know that these are all tied over. 1, E, and that's your point of attack. So no matter where the ties are with the 16th notes, you just want to plan your attack points, and you'll get it right pretty much no matter what. All right, let's see. Singing in the rain. Okay, thank you for suggesting the book. By the way, I have this book. What is the next book would you suggest after completing this book? There's another book in the series. There's like a book 2 and a book 3 of this, and I would get those books. See, this says level 1 on the side, and I think there's levels 2 and 3. So those are what I would get next. And then after you finish those, then I would start maybe trying to learn like a couple pages of a Beethoven sonata or something like that, to get you ready for more bigger, more advanced things. But there's actually quite a few levels of that book. I do not have them, unfortunately, with me. Let's see. Also, thank you for your lessons. You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. Tim, in the future, is it possible to present live stream lessons on how to use the metronome? Yes. That is absolutely you can't see the comment. It's there. Trust me. The answer is yes. I can absolutely do that. Yeah. I'm just going to jot this down on my piece of paper here, so I can add it to my bigger notes later. Metronome in live. Yeah, you know, that's a good lesson to do live too. I agree with that. All right, cool. Thanks for the questions. We have maybe a couple more, and then we're going to do rhythmic dictation, remember. So don't leave me yet. Let's see. Bernadine followed up. Built-in metronome on the piano, they were asking if that's a good idea. Yes, you can use the one on the piano. Absolutely. I think it's cool, actually, that they built one in for you. That's actually really helpful. All right, we got another rhythmic question here, guys. And the question is, Tim, it's more like a statement. Tim, you forgot to do a 5/4 time signature. Have you previously done a video on this signature by any chance? And the answer is no, I have not done a video on it. So let me just kind of go over, what is it, 5/4 time signature right now. Okay, let's get into 5/4 time signature. And I know I'm going to get a question about this. This program that I'm writing on is called StaffPad, and I believe it's for Windows. Okay, time signature. Okay, 5/4. We have good news. The bottom number is a 4. So it's going to be counted like 4/4, 2/4, 3/4, where the quarter note is going to get one beat. So it makes it actually pretty easy. It's actually a lot easier to count than 5/8. Okay, let's chart out a rhythm and see how we do. All right, guys, I promise I'm almost done. There we go. Oh, no, we don't have, let me ask you this. Do we have enough beats? No, this is actually 4 beats. We actually need another one. So it's actually like 4/4. I'm going to get rid of these little underlines here. So give me a second. So it's a lot like 4/4. And actually, let's chart out our 5 beats. And the only difference is now you have 5 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how did I know where those 5 beats were? Remember the flags, that they're flagged together when they equal 1 beat. And 2 and 3 triplet, 4 and 5 and. So here's how the rhythm is going to sound. 1 and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 and 5 and. And that's it. It just has another beat on it. And if I wanted to get that duplet and the triplet just perfect, I would obviously get out what? The metronome that apparently somebody has stolen from me. I really don't know where it is. It's freaking me out. It's got to be, it's somewhere really dumb, I'm sure. Anyways, let's continue. So that's how to do a 5/4. If I will try to include 5/4 in a future rhythm lesson, so we can do maybe a little bit more examples with it. but there's not really anything beyond that to know about it. It's pretty simple. 5/8's a different story. 5/8's a little bit trickier because you got to break things into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has a weird kind of cadence to it. Hey, Sam's here. Sorry for not tuning in during the days. Been busy with exams. That's totally fine, Sam. I understand. Busy with exams. How's everybody? I'm doing great. Glad to have you with us. I know it's been a long time, but I guess I'll give some updates at the end. I just want to continue with what we got today. But welcome, Sam. Glad to have you with us. Okay, let's do a little rhythmic dictation here. So let me get this up on my screen, and then I'll flip you over. Well, not you physically, but you know what I mean. We'll change screens. Okay, rhythmic dictation. Now, rhythm dictation, if you remember earlier, I was talking a lot about short, long, short, or short, short, long in terms of like internalizing the beat. And you're going to use that technique to master this. So let's get this over here. So rhythmic dictation, what it is, if you don't know, is I play the rhythm. In this case, the computer is going to play the rhythm. And you're going to have to tell the computer or me what the rhythm was. So first you want to set it up. We're just doing 4/4. Let's do maybe quarter and eighth notes. We didn't talk about rest today. We'll probably just keep it easy for right now. Okay. Okay, so here's the, do you hear that metronome? Okay, so if you heard that there was 4 clicks, boop, 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 or 4 like little wood clicks, and then it was like a digital clarinet, and those are the notes that you're gonna have to reproduce. So let's listen to it again, and yeah, let's listen to it again and see if we can figure this out. Here it's gonna start. So what I heard was ba, bump, bump, ba. So long, and it was actually 2 beats. 1, 2, bump, bump. And then I think it was another half note, but we're going to give it another listen. Oh, and let me put a half note. It must have been a quarter. Hold on. Let's try again. And you, by the way, you can listen to this as many times as you want. Perfect. Okay, so that's what I got wrong or was misled on the first one. So it was ba. Hold on a second. There it is. All right. So it was ba, bum, 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 and then it actually repeated. It went bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm just kind of make sure that the beats add up, and they do. So let's check our answer, see if we got it. We only did it with 2 playthroughs. Not bad. Correct. We did it right. And they will beam the eighth notes together for you. You don't have to worry about that. Here's the next one. All right, did you catch it? It was bum, 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 bum. So definitely 4 quarter notes in that first measure. So we're going to do 4 of those. 1, wait, where's the answer? Oh, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's maybe eighth notes after that, but let's listen again. So you heard after bum, bum, short, long, long, short, 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 short. That's what I heard. Bump, 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 bump. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's see if that's right. Correct. We did it. We're going to do one more example, and then I'm going to tell you what to do with this exercise, because I want you to actually work on this a lot. So I heard bump, 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 maybe. Okay. Let's listen one more time. And I would say, actually, I said you can listen to this as many times as you want. Try to get it in 2 as a challenge. So I heard bump, 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 bump. Oh, I don't remember the rest. Let's listen one more time. Easy. Bump, 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 bump. Have fun with it, guys. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and we got it right, I think. Check answer. Boom, correct, we did it. So what I want you to do is I want you to do these exercises. Geez, I would do 10 of these a day. And this is really going to help you not only learn rhythm, but listen to those short, long, short, long, short, long, like I was telling you. And that will come in handy even when you're counting in your pieces. I'm always bumping that microphone. Okay. There's one more, there's actually a couple more things. Let me get you guys a link here because I want, actually, let me change it here. I want to send you guys to a thing after this. So, just give me a sec. Okay, we're going to, I'm going to link you guys here. So there's actually a lesson I did, a couple lessons. You may have seen them, but maybe not. Oh, I have to do it from here. A few lessons that I've done on counting rhythm patterns. And I actually want you to watch this after we're done, but I would bookmark it now. Let me just make sure I got you the right. Yeah, I did. Okay. Stop me. Quiet. There we go. We did it. Okay, great, great, great. Sam, thank you very much. Putting sound well in music. Okay, Sam's giving me a good example here. Let's kind of just read what he's saying, and then we'll kind of wrap it up or see where things are. Sam says 5/4 is generally unconventional. True, and rarely seen. True. I think we tend to expect 4/4 or 3/4 so much that 5/4 sounds strange. Yeah, it almost sounds like just an extra beat tacked on, because it kind of is, but it can sound well in music. Chopin's first sonata, third movement, begins strange with a 5/4 time, and then he gives a link to that. So that's actually really excellent. Thank you, Sam. Okay, I want to get you guys one more link because we are actually going to do wait, hold on. I'm gonna get you a link to the Discord. So we have a Discord. It's not used that much, but I do want to explain what we are going to be using it for going forward. So let me get you a link. Invite people. I'm such a boomer when it comes to Discord, guys. No limit. That's what I don't get is why do they just whatever. Anyway, generate new link. Copy, and then I'm going to give it to you guys. So here's a link to the Discord. This is our like own little private community. Link to Discord. And what we are going to do in the Discord is I'm actually going to pick out some recordings that we got. So if you go to the Discord and you scroll down, you'll find like a section that says playing submissions. I'm going to try to bring it up over here. Just give me a sec. Oh, good. All right, it actually came up. Well, I actually didn't show my DMs this time. Here we go. Let me show you what we're working with. Okay, so here is our Discord, pretty standard stuff. If you ever want to submit something for me to kind of listen to during the live stream, do it right here. So join the Discord, and if you have something to submit, it can be a short recording, it can be like a composition that you're working on, and I'll just play it. And if you don't want me to play it during the live stream, make sure you say that. But what I like to do is just kind of listen to what some of our students are working on. I think it's kind of a cool little thing we're going to do during the live stream here. All right, let's give a listen. Tess, one of my favorite students, Shenandoah Piano Adventures, level 5. Let's just give a quick listen. I'm not going to give like a lot of critiques. We're just going to kind of see where our students are at and see what they're up to. Yes. Very nice. I feel like it was well done, and I think maybe the rhythm could have been a little bit smoother at times. Maybe you're still learning it underneath your fingers, but definitely a good playthrough. Thank you for submitting, Tess. And again, if you want to submit, actually, if you want, if you want me to really go hard on you and give you like some criticisms, feel free to write that with your submission and be like, oh, you can go hard on me. And then I'll give you more criticisms. But I wanted everybody to feel like they can submit something without me just like, It was a good playthrough, and I genuinely mean that. Thank you for submitting. I always forget to clap. Thank you so much. So if you ever want to submit to the Discord, feel free, and I will cover it in the next live stream. When's the next live stream? I'll talk about that at the end. Let's continue here. Let's see if we have any more. Sliced ice. Oh, dizzy storms. Okay. How many do we have? We actually have a lot more than I thought. Okay, so those back in Christmas. Let's do the ones that have been submitted the last month or so. Okay, so we did tests. We'll just go back here. Call me. Okay, so this is a keyboard cover. We're going to listen to the first minute of this one just because it's a little bit longer. Oh, this one doesn't have video. I'll just pretend to play it. Oh, jazzy. All right, we'll stop it there. I really liked it. It sounds like it's maybe still getting underneath your fingers a little bit, which is totally fine. I really appreciate the submission. Add a nice, cool, like, blues. I want to say blues and jazz in the same word. Bluesy and jazzy type of rhythm and feel to it. I do. I appreciate that one because we get a lot of classical stuff sometimes, and that just kind of like brightens it up. Okay, this is from. Is this the poster? I had a wonderful year as a composer. Oh, this is nice. Let's read what this person has to say. I've had a wonderful year as a composer, and I've accomplished many challenges. Nice. I am very happy to share my set of fantasies. Oh, that consists of two pieces. They're very challenging, but also very emotional in the middle sections. I heard all the melodies in my head for the past couple months, and I was able to sit down and come up with it. I hope you all enjoy. Wow, that's great. Let's see how long these are. Okay, so this one's 3 minutes. We're going to give a minute each to these. If this one's really incredible, we'll watch the whole thing, but just for time's sake. And then if you want to listen to the whole thing, you can feel free to go to our Discord. And then I'll talk about what's going on with the Discord here in a minute. Like Chopin with those octaves there. Yeah, modern film is definitely what I heard too, Sam. Oh, this is so nice, guys. All right, I want to listen. I don't have time for the other one. What I recommend you do, I mean, you can do whatever you want, of course. And of course, I always look at things through the lens of a YouTuber. Dude, I would seriously, I don't know if you're a dude or not. It seems like you probably are. I apologize. Whatever, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, what I want to say is that what I think that you should do is that I think that you should start a YouTube channel. And I would, well, first of all, if you're worried about copywriting your songs, I would maybe put them up on like Spotify, or maybe not Spotify, like, what's the other one? Not Bandcamp. The other one that's for music. Anyway, start putting them up on like music sites. But I actually recommend you do like start a YouTube channel and make a channel about, this is just my opinion, by the way, make a channel about like relaxing piano music, or like relaxing piano music to study to, and just do like a whole playlist of these pieces. And I actually think that that could get a lot of views. But like I said, I always look at things from the perspective of a YouTuber. And yeah, let's give a listen to this next one real quick. Maybe just a minute or so of it. These are cool, man. I'm telling you, you have something going on here, and I think if you learn to package it correctly, and make a good YouTube channel out of it. I think I see it going somewhere, but no promises. Let's listen to this one.
There's one simple vision hack anyone can use to improve vision. So you can say goodbye
to
your
wait, this is
optometrist
not.
for good. Did you know that vision...
There we go. This one's awesome too. What happened? Oh. All right, I'm going to make you go to the Discord and listen to the rest of it. It's so beautiful. I was really on the fence about, like, do we just listen to the whole thing? But no, I want to give you guys, like, an incentive. Go over, first of all, check out Jacob Greer's YouTube channel. Subscribe. Let me get you guys a link to subscribe to this young person who is, actually, I'm very impressed. Just hold on a second, guys. Give me a sec. Let me get, hopefully I can find this real quick. Greer. All right. Fantasy and B flat minor. Is this it? Opus 6. Wait, let me just get you a link to his channel. Then you guys can check out all his stuff. Okay. Oh, I think Sam beat me to it. There you go. That too. Yeah, subscribe to that guy. And that's another thing. If you submit, if you want me to, I'll be like, subscribe to that channel. Not that you'll get like a ton out of it, but you know what I mean. Like, I really think if you like what he showed off just now, follow him. I think that's great. I see a future there. Like I said, I can't promise anybody anything, but I see talent, and I see like playing talent, and I see like composition talent. Like, you seem to be able to paint like a beautiful picture with your playing and your composing. I don't know if you're here right now, Jacob, but hopefully you will get these words. Send this to Jacob. Anyway, but yeah, keep working on it, dude. I love it. I just think that your music's great. And I think if you learn a little bit about YouTube and how to package your stuff, I actually think that you could do it, but I'm kind of biased. I think everybody should do YouTube. Somebody could come to me and be like, "Oh, Tim, my marriage is falling apart." And I'd be like, "You should start a YouTube channel." I'm just kidding. But it's just a joke that like, that's my answer for everything. I'll just do YouTube, whatever. All right. I want to talk a little bit here at the end about like what's coming up. I think we covered everything we need to. Okay, so the live streams, when are they going to be? All this stuff. The answer is, I don't know. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been working really hard on the recorded videos that are coming out. I've been trying to get them out weekly. So we're doing a live stream today because I couldn't get one out for this week. It just took me too long to get ready. So I've been really working hard on those. I know people are appreciating those lessons, and the hard work is paying off on those lessons. The problem I was having before is that we would do the live stream each week, and then I wouldn't really have enough time to plan, right? It was just like kind of running on a treadmill. And I think that's kind of part of the reason the channel's views fell for a while. They're actually starting to recover now. It's just because I really wasn't spending enough time thinking about the right types of lessons to make. So I was making a lesson you guys liked, I'd make another one you guys liked, and then I would make one that just bombed. And when you do that, it's bad for the YouTube channel because it ruins momentum. Because you see a video, you're like, "Oh, Tim's video, it's great." You see another video, you're like, "Oh, I'm hooked on this channel's great." And then I put one out that stinks or just isn't what you're interested in, and you're like, maybe not. And then YouTube actually follows that, and then they don't serve you up the next lesson, even if it's less of a chance they'll serve you up the next lesson, even if it is a good one. So I got to keep like consistently good lessons coming out. So the live streams for now are not a priority. I like doing the live streams. I loved it, like listening to you guys play and all this stuff. And I think it's an amazing part of the channel. The only thing is I can't juggle everything all at once. And I'm just being honest with you about that. So what the plan is that we are going to have a live stream for now. This is how it's going to be. We're going to have a live stream whenever I can't put out a video. And there's an unfortunate drawback to that in that I won't be able to let you know weeks ahead of time when the live streams are going to be, because I really don't know. It really depends, like if my editor gets sick or like if the video just takes too long to make. I don't like rushing out videos anymore either. That doesn't work. So yeah, just being honest with you. So the next one, it's not going to be another 6 months like the last one was. It'll be much sooner than that. Probably like a once a month thing, I want to say, but I can't make any promises to you. And I realize that it's just better to be upfront about it, that I can't tell you when all these are going to be. We lost a few videos, sadly, the old play. Yeah, that was a mistake I made. I was trying to reorganize the Discord, and I deleted like a whole section of things, and I accidentally got rid of that one, and I knew as soon as I got rid of it, I was like, uh-oh. And then I heard you talk about it, and I was like, ugh. And I was like, no, it's so stupid, dude. I apologize for that, and I apologize to anybody that had been submitting in there. We did lose some submissions. It stinks. But if you want to submit again, I think Ruben was the person I apologized to. If you want to submit again, feel free to do so. We're back in business. We're back in business. You can always start posting videos just for fun to present your vision and see what happens. That's what I did. Yeah, it's not going to work for everybody. It's not going to work for everybody. But I see what you're saying. I think if you're just starting out, that's a good approach, because a lot of people will pre-plan things too much and they'll never get to actually making the videos. So But yeah, apologies for deleting the old playing submissions. Hopefully I'm not going to do that again. That was just a mistake on my part. My bad. Speaking of which, there's one last thing I want to talk about. I don't know if Jeremy ever listens to these live streams anymore, but I want to say, Jeremy, I'm sorry. I had more time to think about it, and if you don't know, all that happened. I'm not going to get into all the details. I said a joke, Jesus, like a year and a half ago already, and Jeremy didn't take it as a joke, right? And I didn't directly. There's some other things that happened that didn't necessarily make it easy for me to apologize, but I don't even want to talk about that because it's just excuses. At the end of the day, my words are my own, and I need to be more careful with the things that I say, and I need to be more professional, and yeah, that's what I learned from that. Like, I just got to understand that, like, what's a joke to me might not be a joke to somebody else. And if that happens, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. I just got to apologize. So Jeremy, I'm sorry. I don't know if you listen anymore, but I have more time to think about it. And that's just kind of like where I'm at. You know, I've grown and matured, I think, a lot over the last few years, and it's just a learning experience. But like I said, you know, I'm not here to give excuses. At the end of the day, you know, my words are my own, and the consequences are on me. So anyway, just want to say that. What else am I going to talk about today, guys? New lessons coming out, hopefully on the weekend. Hopefully every weekend I'm going to try to get you something new. I know that you guys have been enjoying a lot of the new stuff, and there's going to be a lot more cool stuff on the way. There's just one last thing I want to remind you guys of before we leave. I think this is it. So remember that I gave you a link earlier to a lesson that I wanted you to watch after this one. And I put that link in there again, so watch that for the rest of the day if you want. Other than that, I will see you guys when I see you. I don't know whether that's going to be in a month from now, a week from now. I hope Jeremy's doing well too, man. And I think about him from time to time still. And honestly, like I said, there were some things he did that didn't make it easy, but ultimately it's on me. And I just got to conduct myself differently, and I'm more than willing to do that. But anyway, good morning. This last comment I'll read. Good morning. I'm 61. 1 year into practicing/learning. Oh, it doesn't show it. 1 year into practicing and learning. Only knew 2 good songs from a hymnal. Only used books that you recommend. I feel like my learning ability is limited. Oh, okay. Recommendation. 61, 1 year into practicing/learning. That's still pretty early on, believe it or not, to be learning. My learning ability is limited. Well, I would focus on getting fewer things done and doing a better job at them. So say you've been learning 3 pieces, right? Well, maybe just boil it down to 1. Or maybe you play a piece and you cover all these exercises and all this stuff, and maybe you're just spreading yourself a little too thin for where you're at right now. So I always like to simplify. You know, if you're working on 3, you feel like that's too many, boil it down to 1 and just really focus on learning one little meaningful thing every practice session, and that will eventually build on each other. We're all different learners. We're all different ages too. Even at 61, I think your ability to learn is pretty good. I've met a lot of people older than you that have been able to learn, you know, maybe not like they did when they were 18 or so, but you're still definitely more than capable of learning. But like I said, we're all a little different. And then I just recommend, don't give up, first of all, and then just kind of like simplify what you're doing. And I think that will take you far. Yeah, never too late to start piano. I agree with that. Person next to us teaching is far more fruitful experience. Yes. I think it would be efficient to seek a teacher, possibly. Yes. So that's great, Sam. I don't know why I didn't think of that. If you have a private lesson teacher near you, you can consult with them. I get a question a lot. Tim, do you teach private lessons? How do I sign up for Zoom lessons with you? All that. You can't do that right now. That is something that is like in my head that I'm working on in the future. There is one more thing I want to tease you guys with, and I'm going to be extremely vague about this on purpose. You know, Later this year, I have been accepted. I'm being vague on purpose. I have been accepted to take part in a great learning opportunity with somebody that's very high level, very cool person. I'm not going to tell you who or what they are. But I'm just going to let you know that later on in the year, like the summer, I'm going to be involved in this thing. And actually, it's probably going to result in more YouTube content coming out because it is YouTube related. But I just want to let you know, Discord's VC lessons would be superior, but I would definitely charge for those. That's definitely a thing that I'd have to charge for. You know, I can't give away all my time for free. But is it somebody we know? You may have heard their name somewhere on YouTube before, maybe. But I have an opportunity to learn with this person. And maybe you know them, maybe you don't. But I got selected, like only a few people a year get selected to take part in this. So it was actually really cool. I'm really excited. I've already learned a little bit from this person already. So I already know that they're more than good. I've actually been following this person for a long time, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Don't ask me who it is. Don't DM me about it. I'm not going to tell you, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support, for coming by. Leave a like if you like the video. I guess it helps with the algorithm. People say that. I don't know if it does. Nobody's ever told me that it does. But yeah, I will. It'll be fruitful, I think. It'll be fruitful. It's going to be crazy, actually. But it's going to be awesome. All right, that's all I wanted to say for today. Do you have any last-minute questions or anything? If not, remember to go to the Discord, watch that video that I posted over there, and you guys are certainly most welcome. So you know who it is. Your piano teacher, Tim, here. Thanks for sticking with me throughout the years. I know some of you don't stick with me, but I understand. You know, there's YouTube channels I stopped following a long time ago, so, you know, I get it. And thank you so much, Sam. Visit my website, pianolessonsontheweb.com. I forgot to do a plug today for my courses, but I have courses over on my website where you can learn a lot more about piano theory, all that stuff. Piano Lessons on the Web. Remember to use code YouTube for 15% off. So thanks, everybody. Oh, you're very welcome. You're welcome, Clam. You're welcome, Sylvia. Thanks, Bernadine. Thanks, Sam. Clam D. Ed, thank you. Montana, thank you, everybody.